How's it going, everyone? Char from Drunk Guy Explains, and we're here to do an episode 16 of the Dark Side DGE crap system. All right, guys. First of all, apologize if you see a fly or anything like that. It is the summertime and there's flies everywhere, and it's my bad because we're in a warehouse. We have $5,128, and yes, let's go ahead and get into it. I'm going to do my standard DG setup, which is 3 $1,000 chips, 5, that's 4,000. Make sure that's right. That's not right. So, little Park MGM $100 chip, that's pretty cool. That is gonna be 4,000. Here, let's just do it like this. Just because I feel like we're gonna be doing a little bit more conservative things today. 4,000, 4,800. Let's go ahead and switch that out too. So 48, 49, that's 5,000. 5,028, and now I just need $100 in red. That's pretty bad when I can't make a rack. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 45, 48, 49, 5,000, 51, 28. 51, 28, cool. And let's go ahead and get into it. I already made a cardinal mistake, which means let's go ahead and take 10 of those. 2, 4, 5. That's good. And let's go ahead and get 10 more. 2, 4, 5. Sorry about that. And we're just going to use this as an abacus for the 4s and 10s. Dice today are gonna be, let's see, let's just do it randomly. Boom, oh, boom. Let's see when we're set realistically, boom. There you go. Which that's Circa, I think that's Circa or Bellagio, and these are either, that's Circa again, so some good choices. All right, so we're at $5,000. So this is my bread and butter, $5,000. So I'm gonna be playing this one a little bit longer video today, but I'm gonna be doing this very much to, I guess, what I do at $5,000, get y'all a mentality, all that good stuff. Look at that, almost hit double sevens again. All right, without further ado, 6, or work on you. Without further ado, let's go ahead and kick it off. This is a $15 table. $15 table, 10x, 20x odds, and then it will be, let me think about this. $5,000 max bet, 5,000 max payout. That means you can do a $10,000 lay. It's Cherokee, North Carolina's odds. So, boom. And I'm gonna start her off with a $30 6 and 8. A little bit aggressive, you could say, but you know, as well as talking to someone the other day about, is that it really has to do with, you know, what is your knowledge and expertise in terms of recovery? And that's a huge thing. Can you recover? If so, by how much, et cetera, et cetera. So let's get into it. That's an 8, pays 35. I need $1,000 today to hit my 20%. I'm just gonna turn that into a $60 8 and turn off. OFF has a 7 out. That was pretty easy. I'm just gonna work it. 6 pays 35. Press it by 30. Turn off. That's a 6 point made. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's a 10, first 10 thrown. It's an 8. That's a 6. That's a 10. 2 points have been made. It's early in the session, but I can already gonna say it's gonna, ooh, little Harris Cherokee chips. It's good to start offsetting now. It's an 8, hard 8. And with that note, I'm just gonna do $6 odds. I know that sounds really pointless, but at the end of the day, you gotta look at basically longevity versus applicability. And so the longevity is, it's an easy way to put $6 down. You're still slotted to win. You're still slotted to make some money. And it's something to do while you're just kind of messing around on 6 and 8. So I made a fat $5. Boom. And these are both at $60 6s and 8, which is really good. 8 pays 70. I'm going to increase it by 30 and click back 40, which I only had 60 invested. Add in all the hits I've gotten, I'm pretty sure I am even on what's out there. 7 out, working. That is an 8, and it's going to pay 105. Press it by 30, and now I have 75 clickbacks. So now I absolutely know that I have made my money back, and it's not going to be an issue. 10, reset that. That is another 8 point. It really doesn't matter right now. As a 7 out, 7 across the point. That's 11, 7, 11, 7. All right, so right here, just to show you guys, a couple of key things to talk about here is, number one, we just saw 7 out, and then basically a 7, 11, 7, okay? So this is one of those times where if you've made a point and you're trying to get onto the anti-fire bet a little bit sooner, this can cause issues. For instance, we see here it's just stagnant right now. Also, don't cheat math by saying you're just not going to consider the 7 or the 11 between the 7s. 7, 11, 7. I'm up like maybe $100 right now. I'm not trying to get too aggressive. So this is right here. Also, 7s on a come out roll in between points is a good temperature gauge to see if a long roll is going to happen. So let's just see what happens. 8. I'm not going to do anything right now. And like I said, we'll just see what happens. Now I understand too that, I mean, all the things in life, I am very much one to err in caution. And so I will sit here and always, so right here, even this, let's go ahead and reduce this down. And so right here, that $30 6 and 8 has yielded me X amount of profit. And on top of that, I just reduced it down, and I'm still clicking back 50, 60, another $70 on top of that. It's just a reduction, just to, you know, kind of maximize what you have out there and also maximize your wins. Because a lot of people do win big amounts, but at the same time, they're not yielding the benefits of that because they keep pressing and pressing, and it's never getting onto your rack. I'm big about press and regress and, you know, things of that nature in terms of, hey, like, you gotta take profit back at some point, and that's a huge thing a lot of people kind of forget about, is they just don't want to take profit back. 7 out. Let's turn this back on. 4. And that's 100, so I gotta put 2. I'm just gonna put 250 out there. And the reason why, and so a lot of times you're like, oh, you're scaling up and you're doing X, Y, and Z, is that essentially this is profit. So right now you can't lose both at the same time. So if I lose this, this is hedged. But if I, let's say the point has been 1, I'm 250, but I'm really only down 125. So let's see how it all pans out. That is, hey, look at that, 4. So second 4, okay. So let's just, this is good. So just turn those off, point made. I'm gonna take the loss, 250 right here. I'm gonna be as gentle as possible, especially this is a higher level. So I have to be very conservative here. 255, right here on the don't. Just trying to see where everything goes. 6, I don't like a 6. If I lose this, I'm at the 505 area. And so yeah, the 505 on the second point, or on the third point for a potential 7. So let's see here, 2, 4, 46, 47, 48, 49, 5,000. So I'm only down about, let's just say $80, something like that. So there is an option to like reduce down to just what you could do to break even. or to keep it like this. I'm opting right now to keep it like this. I lost, but the reason why I opt for it is because, you know, a lot of times you can get in your head about these bigger numbers, and at the end of the day, you have to understand to yourself, like, hey, you know, it's still a good bet. On the don't, you know, X, Y, and Z, and you have to kind of just keep to that mentality sometimes. That's an 8. Once again, not a good number. That means that if they make this point, I'm at the 1,015 level, but it's a third unique point. And let's just see how it goes. 5, let's just see how it plays. I haven't done a recovery video, I think, in this series yet, so I'm actually interested to try to see if I can't do a little grind session and get y'all going. This is a little bit moderate, but at the same time, you know, don't let 2, 4, 5, 5 bucks. Once again, you know, this can be considered a little bit more moderate, especially that 255 bet, but, you know, look at your positioning here and look at your bankroll. You know, your bankroll is not just a crutch or a curse, it's also a benefit. You know, what's the survivability of X, Y, and Z? You know, what can I do in here and there? Okay, so 7 happened. So I'd ask the dealer, saying, dealer, how much did I lose right there? 25, and you'd say $140. Once again, being a little aggressive, I'm being a lot aggressive actually. That is gonna be a 156 and 8 working. Hits the 5, okay, and so I'm gonna do this is gonna represent a $600 no 5. 8 pays 175. Take down the 600. Take down this. Actually, that 175, I'm actually gonna pay out of here, so I'm gonna take this back. That's 125. So I still made some money off that. 175. I think we're all doing stuff here. Cool. 5 point made. On. And you see how quickly I get off that 5? Oops, 7 on a come out. That is a 6. You see how quickly I get off that 5? It's a really big issue, you know, like everyone says, one more roll, and realistically, you shouldn't be rolling one more roll. It's just that simple. 7 out. Okay, just gonna do a little quick math here. All right, so right here, I'm gonna just go ahead and exchange $100, $200. I'm gonna go ahead and exchange that for 2 of these, which understand that obviously this is a soft count. That's 5,000. So realistically, I'm up like 200 bucks. So I still have $800 to go, but I'm up like 200 bucks. So, which is a good thing. So it's always good to be up 200 bucks, never gonna be down 200 bucks, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna keep it pretty on the nose here. I am gonna start out with a little bit of, once again, a spread a little bit more moderate versus conservative for 110 inside, and it goes to show you what a little bit of a stab can do. So I'm gonna do a 150, 6 and 8, and she is working. 10. Not the best position to be in, to be honest with you guys. I'm gonna stab at it, and if it gets rough, it gets rough. It didn't get rough, I get paid 175. There's 100, so I just made 65 bucks off that. I'm gonna take this down, and you know what? Since I made 65 bucks on that rip, making back money, I'm actually gonna put 60 out there. So I actually made $5, but I have an investment opportunity of $60 right here waiting to happen. And because I'm still a little off, I'm only gonna do 100 right there, just because. 7 out. So 65 won, but I lost 5 right there. So 60, or I made $5. So I made $5. I lost this. What do you think about this? I made $65. I had 60 invested. I get 50 back. So I made $55, something like that. Either way, I made money. Still made 50 bucks. Still had a good time doing it. All the fun stuff. You know, guys. All right, so $800. I mean, I haven't been at the table, and that's a huge thing too. I tell people, it's like the longer I'm at the table, the more you can read about it. And I hate to say read as in it's a feeling or it's a suggestion. It's just that, hey, I know that this many fours have been thrown in the last couple of hours. I know this many tens. I know this many double sevens versus single sevens. There's just a lot more information if you're just present there and doing stuff, if that makes sense. Working. And I made 70, so I'm gonna put 60 into it. And this is a little aggressive. This is more of the 7-7 press play, but a lot of times I like to do stuff like this because number one, it's kind of entertaining in a sense to do the 7-7 press, especially when you're in profit, because of just how insane it is. Because essentially right there, I'm making these $120 sixes and eights, and I've clicked back 70, so I'm still making a pretty good profit off all this. So it's off, 6, 3, 7 out, 6 for 120 pays 140, and we're just going to turn this into a 150 and off. And I'm taking back, put 5 for 25, and I'm clicking back $110. So, you know, I'm pressing them very well, and they are sitting here doing what they're supposed to be doing. Now at the 150 mark, I might sit here and kind of click back a little bit more profit, because you need to start once again clicking back into your rack. But at the same time, you know, you gotta sit here and be aggressive with it. All right, so I made $105 or $10 there, so I'm putting 75 of that last. I say that. I say that until I lose $75 right there on a double 9. I'm gonna take that 75 loss and roll it into an $80 don't on this third point. 9 again, I feel pretty confident. Notice I'm not putting out more odds to that. I'm just like, okay, obviously, there you go. Obviously, I'm just trying to play recovery. So 75 and 80 is a total of 155. So we'll come out with 160 right here on the don't. That is a 4. First 4 thrown. I really like the 4 as a 4th point. Feel confident in it. It's at a lower level where I can feel a little bit better about it as well. So I'm just going to keep it right where it is. It's an 8. That's an 8. That's a 3. That was a 4 for a minute. That's a 10. That's a 7 out. 160 pays 160. And yeah, I feel pretty good about it. That's 25. Okay, so bring that back and turn on. Let's see if we can get one more big hit from it. 9, nothing, off. 5, 7 out. Let's turn these back on. Just looking for one more big hit out of these things. 7, I'm actually going to chase this profit. So that's a hundo. I'm just going to convert to that. So $250, $270 is the total loss there. And let's get a little froggy, guys. Let's do a $300 6 and 8, and she is working. I'm going to offset this with a hundo each, because I don't even want to think about like mismatched odds. That is a 7. So 6, let's just say 700, that's fine. I'm going to do a maybe. Let me think about this. All right, so I'm down 3, 6, 8, 50, not 850. 6 pays 700. So I need to do 720. Well, 720 each be 1440. So I can just do 1500, split the diff for 750, which is 6 and a 150. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so this is going to represent, I know it's off, I don't want to keep exchanging chips. This is going to represent a 750 6 and 8 working. Yeah, I don't want to do recover. Okay, so let's just do this correctly, okay? So I'm just going, this is representing a 750, 6 and 8. So I'm gonna take this back. I'm gonna use this as a reference. And actually I'm gonna use this as a reference. 3, 6, 750. Okay, this is my total loss. So let's do it like this. 6 pays 7. So 3, 6, 7. Okay, this is again. And this is taken. And 150 pays 175, which I made $5. Isn't math fun, guys? This goes back in the rack. All right, points and 8, duh. Sorry, got a little combobulated with that. All right, so 8, point made, that was easy. Hard 8, going to a soft 8. Ew. Go 11, let's go ahead and take that back. Exchange that for that. 6 is the point again, doesn't matter. 6, point made, well, I guess it doesn't matter. Oh, drop dice. That is a 6 again. Not a fan of a double 6. I'm just gonna put $6 odds on the third point. 9, 8, 4. I think that's the first 4 thrown. Maybe it's the second 4 thrown. Nah, I'm gonna say first 4. Err on the side of conservatorship. Whatever you wanna call it. Boom. All right. Two, 3, 4. All right, to make things easier, let's see here. It's 5,000, 2, 4, 7, 8. So the goal of $1,000 essentially to get to 6,100. I am $300 shy of that. So now when you hear those $300 shy, I don't want y'all to think that it's the time to start doing wild stabs. It's not. It's actually a time to really get not conservative, but also get a conservative. You know, you want to sit here and be in a position to where you are trying to actively just nickel and dime it just a hair. You know, you're not here to get ridiculous. You're just here to get a taste. And a lot of times people can get themselves into really bad trouble because they'll sit here and try these bigger bets. And see right here, it's a lot easy for the big. It's a lot easier to lose 155 than it is to lose 600 on a crazy giant lay. So I'm just gonna do 160 right here on the don't. Ooh, okay, so 150 is a 310 loss. Let's do 325. 9. A 7 happened in between these, so I'm not too happy with that. But let's go ahead and just leave it right there. 10, you know, once again, conservative. Because part of me wanted to sit here and put that on there, so 325 and 310 is 635. 635. I gotta remember that. All right, so boom. Turn it into pink. After I just wasted y'all's time trading all these out for pink. 640. Right there on the don't. So 640 and 635 is 1275. So I can put 1,300. Once again, guys, super rough position to be in. 2 7s have happened. I'm getting big. Actually, just because I had this conversation the other day with somebody, it's easy for me to just say this. So if this amount gets a little bit too uncomfortable with you and you want to reduce it down just a hair, or you want to do something, you could, since 2 7s have been thrown and you're at a $1,300 loss, you could put a $1,500 6 and 8 working. That's an issue. And so you know what? Just because for a little bit of whatever, let's go ahead and do this. Now, at this level, since this is your all-in bet, I'd probably have this down because this is a recovery. But to show this a little bit more better and streamlined, I'm gonna leave them both on. This is the worst case scenario. This is full aggression because I'm splitting this inherent cost of $1,300 down. It's actually $1,275 down, and actually pushing it to a 6 and 8 after a double 7 and getting a little bit better. So leaving all 3 on for a 777, I think is a little bit too aggressive, but for the purpose of this video, I'm gonna show it, because who doesn't want a 5-hour grind session back to 5,000, okay? All right, 5 does nothing, so that means this is off the hook. And now we're just rocking a 1,300, actually I can just take that down because I might need that. Now I'm just rocking a 1,300, no, 4, as an 8, that's a 9, that's 9, oh, that's 5. So third point made, 13, so I'm down 2,600, maybe a little less, but still 2,600. And I am gonna come back, oh my gosh. There we go. And I'm gonna come back with 2,600. Now, I want you to look at this, okay? So this is a really easy way to show this, okay? So I'm at 2,600, and you're like, well, I mean, there's nothing more I can do if a 7 happens. There's nothing more I can recover. I'm at the end of the road. Notice that I've done this way too early because I'm only on the 4th point versus the 9th point. So in this aggression, you can either say I'm at half health and I can grind back, or make your last bet your best bet. And this situation is not the best bet, but if you're gonna be in that mentality, then you don't need to have this. This means nothing. And I say that because you can take this 2 different roads. You can run it to the ground, or you can sit here and chop. I'm more of the thing, last bet, best bet. So in the saying this is 3, 6, 7, it's around 700 extra bucks, okay? So you might as well, I love doing this at a casino, putting all of it like this and then just slowly, because you have to reach down the rack. So I'm gonna do this and make my last bet my best bet. Well then, okay. $13. $13. Guys, can't get better than that. I guess it should be the best way to say that. I don't plan on this, it just happens. 85. 85. I'm gonna go ahead and turn 50 of this into greens as well. Hundo. 1,000. That's 3,000. That's 3,100. 3,100. Two, 4, 5. All right, so I'm now way over my 20%, but look at this interesting position here, okay? So I hit a 3. This happens a lot too. I hit a 3. Well now, without ever having to really put in major work, I've reset the levels. Now, some people can take this different ways. So a conservative DGE method would say you need to drop it to the minimum again, like so let's just say 25 or 15 right here. Don't worry about the 2 lovebirds. You can start at 15 or 25, because look at your position now. You're coming into a 4th point with no debt, and you get to play it. So for me, we'll put a 25-25 and actually play the aggression on the odds, so I'm even protected from 7s. So it's a 5 again. I like it. I'm still not gonna go over the top here, even though I'm up like 1,500 bucks, just 75. Good stab at a 4th level. See, and I'm not where I'm gonna put this as loss right here. So we've made a 5.3 times and then a 9 point. Doesn't matter, I'm just gonna keep it going as a 10. Oops, 10. 10 right here. I'm in for 75, I'm gonna put 300. 4. 9, 5, 7 out. So this is the 75 I lost. So I get paid 150. So I just added that. So I made $75 in that rip. And realistically, in that leveling, I never once felt scared. Obviously, after I won the big bet, but I never felt scared because you're starting at such a smaller. You're starting at such a later street. It's easier to do that. And yeah. So I mean, it's stuff like that, guys. Well, you know, here's that time again. So 3, 5, 3, 5, it's 15. That's 25. It's 50. That's 100. 200. 300. 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 1,000. All right, let's see what we got here. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's the 5,000. I never got a 1,000 chip. Sorry. There is the 6,000. 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66. Write this down right here. It's at least 6,600. 650, 660. Sorry, 50, 60, 71. So we went from 5,128 to 6,671. It's a good rip. And yeah, so that was, I mean, dang, that's $1,500. That's 25%. It's really awesome. Well, anyways, guys, this is Charlie from Drunk Guy Explains, and I'll check you guys next time.